Hey guys, it's Melanie, and today is Saturday, and I just have a client meeting today, and got Stella down for a nap, so I thought I would just do a get ready with me video. I did one of these earlier in the week, but I wanted to do one today because I wanted to show you how I used the new Body Shop Color Crush matte shadows that I purchased. So anyway, I'm just going to do like a vlog and then sort of focus on the eyes so you can see how smoothly these shadows apply. So I just have, like I said, a client meeting today. It's just a walkthrough at a venue, and this is for a wedding that's not happening until August. I'm not quite sure why the bride wants to do the walkthrough this early in the game, but whatever. So Craig is at work right now, and he's going to come back and watch Stella so that I can go to that meeting. Craig works a lot during the weekends, just because the type of business that he owns, they're very busy on the weekends, so he's gone a lot, which is going to be interesting in the summer because, and that tail that you see whipping around here is Sophie, because I'm also very busy on the weekends as well with weddings. So we have pretty much every Saturday and Sunday almost booked up, and then we also have a few Friday and Monday weddings. So we're really busy. So I'll be curious to see how that works out this summer. I'm a little nervous. So right now I'm just putting on the Sephora 8-Hour Wear Mattifying Compact Foundation, and I've talked about this quite a bit, and I have it in the color Vanilla. I almost got the next shade down, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because this actually, like, once I get it on and I wear it for a bit, like, it really does match my skin perfectly. When I first put it on, it's just a tiny bit darker, but it just suits my skin so perfectly after it dries. So, and what I like is that it's so easy to just add a little bit more in the areas where you need some more coverage, and then the rest of your face you can leave it really sheer if you want to or need to. So anyway, this provides really amazing coverage. And I do put it on over my Milk of Magnesia primer. So, by the way, when I had that explosion of, if you guys watched my Get Ready With Me vlog earlier in the week, I talked about how I unfortunately didn't screw the cap back on my Milk of Magnesia, and I went to go shake it and it just got all over the bathroom. I'm still finding like splotches all over the place, even though I spent like 2 hours cleaning the bathroom. It's everywhere. It's on all of my products, like all of like my hair stuff, like my hairspray, and you know, like my volumizing mist, all this stuff just has like these splotches of like Milk of Magnesia all over them. It's hilarious. So now I'm just going to take my NYX Taupe blush. By the way, and this is ending today, but Ulta is having 40% off of all of their NYX products. So yesterday I placed an order for a bunch of the matte eyeshadows just because I'm curious about them, and they were only $2.99, so they were really inexpensive. But I'm very curious about them because even when they are not half or 40% off, they are less expensive than the Body Shop shadows, and I found a few colors that are similar to these colors. So I wanted to compare the quality and the wear between the two to see which I would end up then putting in my kit to use on clients. I'd mentioned in a video earlier in the week that I'm looking for more cool brown matte shadows to include because I really don't have very many of those. And that's the one color that, you know, when I'm doing makeup, I'm always like, I wish I had that. But I've just never had a color like that. So anyway, I'm gonna see if those are, I really like the NYX single shadows that come in the same square container as these. I think those are great. They have awesome pigmentation and they wear really nicely with a primer. And the thing that I like about NYX is that they don't test on animals, and I am trying really, really hard to avoid buying products that by companies that have tested or that do test on animals. And unfortunately, I just learned the other day that L'Oreal does still test on animals, and L'Oreal actually owns, they're the parent company for MAC, for Lancome. I think Estee Lauder owns Origins and Prescriptives. So I think they're separate. And I think that I also heard that L'Oreal owns Maybelline, which I thought was interesting. But anyway, so I don't think that I'm going to really purchase very many more MAC or L'Oreal items because of that. I don't agree with animal testing at all. I'm not gonna like throw away all of my L'Oreal products, but I don't think that I'm not gonna purchase them in the future. So yeah, I need to figure out if Maybelline really is owned by L'Oreal, because that would then also put me out of the Maybelline market. And they have these color tattoo cream shadows that I love so much. So that would be a major bummer, but it's better to, it's better to stand up for what you believe in. So got to do a little bit more research. I'm going to use this Tarina Tarantino blush palette, and I think the color that I'm going to use is this peachy pink one here. This reminds me a lot of Orgasm by NARS. Ooh, that is crazy pigmented. Can you guys hear Stella in the background? She's supposed to be down for a nap. But I think she's just in her crib playing. It's fine if she doesn't want a nap. Well, it's not fine because she gets to be a major crab if she doesn't. But she does still need to have quiet time until she falls asleep. I have her on a pretty regular schedule, so I'm going to keep her on that. This is a really pretty kind of summery color. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it. It's not glittery at all, so that's good. Oh, I forgot to contour my nose. I've been doing that almost every single day. I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, when I don't do it, I just feel like my nose is so wide. And it's really not. It's just, I don't know. You know how you just kind of like nitpick things on yourself? It's one of the things that for whatever reason I zone in on when I look in the mirror. I don't have like a major complex about it, but I do like my nose a little bit better when I contour it. So this is just a Sigma Large Fluff. It's like an E50, and I find that this works really well for contouring my nose because the bristles are fairly stiff. Not like uncomfortably stiff, but I would never be able to use this as an eye brush. It's a little too, I guess, scratchy to be using on the eye, but it does work for contouring purposes. I don't know what I did with my highlighter. Maybe I put it away. Oh well. I don't really need it. So I'm just going to go over my blush by dipping my large fluffy brush into my powder and just going over that just to tone it down a tad. So it's a pretty cloudy day. I think it's supposed to rain for part of the day. I'm definitely more of like a fall person, but I like for summer to be around for like, I don't know. I'm good when we have nice weather for like 3 months in a row, and then I'm ready to go back to like my rainy, dreary days. But I'm sort of done with like the rain and dreariness for the year. So I wish the sun would come out, but it's like refusing to come out. Oh, dang it. Where's that? Okay. I was looking for my brulee from Wet n Wild. She's gonna start screaming here in a second. So I'm just putting brulee from Wet n Wild all over my eye area here with a fluffy brush. I want to put a sort of satiny matte color on my lid. I'm going to go for one of these Lorac shades. So I'm going to use Negligee from Lorac. This is just one of their single shadows. It's just a pretty satiny, like cream color. It's really pretty. Oof. It's so like the formula is so pigmented and creamy that sometimes the fallout will sort of like almost chunk, which sounds gross, into your eyes. But I love the Lorac eyeshadows. I think they're definitely some of my favorites, along with obviously like Urban Decay and a lot of like the MAC shadows. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the look that I did yesterday. So I'm going to take the Coconuts About You, and I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to concentrate the color a little bit more. So I'm going to use a pointed crease brush, and this is the small taper blending brush from Sigma. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on there, and I'm going to focus that in my crease. I'm really going to build up the color on like the outer portion of my eye here, and then work what's left into the rest of my crease. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. My stomach's growling. So you can see that's just a really nice cool brown. And then just do a little bit more on the lid portion, but just on like the very, very outer portion. So I'm not really doing that like V shape. I'm just sort of filling in the outer part here. So now that I have that, I'm going to go in with Chocolate Linger, and I'm going to use a blending brush. Again, this is just a Sigma blending brush, and I'm just going to go in, pick up some of that, get rid of some of the excess, and then start kind of over the top of the Coconuts About You in the crease area. So I'm basically trying to create a gradation of like a darker cool brown to like a lighter cool brown. And I always bring it into my inner corner, but only after I deposit the majority of the color on the outer portion. Okay, so there you have something that looks like that. I'm going to go back to the Coconuts About You, get a pencil brush. She's really starting to get worked up now. So on a pencil brush, and I'm going to take that to my lower lash line. And mostly focus it on the outer 3/4. Once you have most of that color put down there, be sure to tap off even more of that excess and then go in a little bit further. So then what I'm going to do is wipe this brush off even further, and I've just got like a terry cloth towel in front of me, so I'm just wiping the brush off on that, and then I'm going to go in and just blend. You really want this to be diffused, so you have to work with it for a little bit. Okay, so then you have something that looks like that. Now I'm going to go back in with my foundation powder and just a skinny, this is a tapered highlighter brush, and I'm going to kind of clean up the area around my eyes. Because you want everything below this to be nice and bright and clean. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera and do the other side, and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so I went ahead and did the other eye. For my liner today, I just wanted to use something kind of neutral and brown to go with the whole cool brown look. So I decided to actually use Constructivist as my liner, so you can see what that looks like. It works great as a liner. I did go ahead and top it with just a little bit of the Coconuts About You, which is the darker of the two cool browns. So that sort of helped to tie it in and take away some of that shimmer that the Constructivist tends to leave. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my brows for you guys. And yesterday I did use the Chocolate Linger as my brow powder, and it worked really well. And normally I'll show you what I use. I use MAC Omega to do my brows. So the colors are, they're somewhat similar. They're both obviously taupes and on the cooler end of the taupe spectrum. So either one of these work really well for blonde ladies out there, or gentlemen. But today I'm going to go back to MAC Omega. And I'm just going to take, and by the way, the mascara that I used today was the Clump Crusher by CoverGirl. So I'm just going to take my Smashbox number 12 brow brush and begin to fill these bad boys in. My brows are in pretty sad shape right now, so I'm also going to use Linger from MAC. Oh, it's really gonna make me sad to not buy Linger anymore. I really don't know why companies still have to test on animals. I mean, I don't agree with animal testing just in general, but I really don't agree with it just for cosmetics. Anyway, I guess I shouldn't really get into that. But I will definitely let you know how this goes in terms of what it's going to be like to convert to just using products that are from cruelty-free companies. Try to compile a list. Okay, so I just filled in my tail. And I'm going to go back in and just use a brush to go over that. By the way, what is it with becoming a grown-up and all of a sudden, like, there's like baby booms. I don't know if this is like happened to anybody else out there, but just in the last like 3 weeks, like we found out that like 4 or 5 people that we know are expecting babies. It's crazy. Like the stuff that happens in your life or that you get excited about is so different like when you become like married and have kids and like in your 30s or late 20s even. Some of our friends are a little bit younger. But yeah, it's just like, wow. You know, before it used to be all about like going out and partying and drinking and stuff like that. And now, like, there's invites to baby showers and engagement parties and weddings, and it's just so weird how life changes. It's crazy. Random Thoughts by Melanie. By the way, everybody keeps asking me about the horribly chipped nail polish that I've been sporting in my last few videos. So it's a discontinued color from Revlon. It was a special edition color called Cupid. So you can't find it anymore. But one that I found that is somewhat similar is called I Pink I Can from the Sally Hansen Salon Manicure line. So if you're looking for something somewhat similar, so like this kind of cool toned pink, you can try that one. Okay, so brush that out. Go back in. Fill in a few spots. Okie dokie. I hate doing my brows. I just hate my brows. If I could get like a hair transplant for my eyebrows, I would. When is that going to happen? Like, if they can do hair plugs for men, like, why can't they do like eyebrow transplants for women who overpluck in middle school and whose brows never grow back? Okay, for my lips today, I'm just going to use MAC Blankety. Ooh, my lips are kind of dry. Ooh, that's not going to look right. Yuck. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, I guess it doesn't look terrible. I'm going to go over top with one of these Nivea lip butters. I'm going to choose the Macadamia Kiss one, and I'm going to use just a lip brush to put some of that on over top. By the way, this is not actually a lip brush. This is a detailer brush from the Real Techniques. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to come in close and show you guys the eyes. So you can see it's a great matte look. I really, really like these eyeshadows a lot. They are, they're very pigmented. They are easy to work with. They're smooth, they're creamy. The packaging I think is a little bit cheap. I bet you could probably fairly easily depot these. I went on a depotting spree to put a bunch of stuff in my professional kit into Z pallets, and I destroyed some of my products, and I'm really upset about it. But so I'm not going to be depotting very many items in the future, but I think if you were brave enough, you could probably totally do these pretty easily. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this look. Let me know if you decide to get any of these. They have a decent selection of colors, not a whole lot. I mean, it's not anything along the lines of like MAC or even the amount of colors that Urban Decay has out, but there's an okay selection and a lot of good neutrals. So yeah, I would purchase more, and they're only 10 bucks, so decently priced. And yeah, so I'm gonna go blow dry my hair and have some lunch and get dressed for my meeting, and I will see you guys in the next video.